You're listening to an archived Cabral Concept podcast. After listening to this show, check out the most up-to-date podcasts available at stephencabral.com/podcasts or search directly on iTunes. And now, welcome to the Cabral Concept, where board-certified naturopath and integrative health practitioner Dr. Stephen Cabral shares how he was diagnosed at the age of 17 with a life-altering illness and given no hope for recovery. It was only after studying and traveling all over the world did he discover how to combine ancient Ayurvedic healing practices with state-of-the-art naturopathic and functional medicine to fully rebalance the body and re-energize it with life. It's time to discover how to get well, lose weight, and finally feel alive again. And now, here's your host, Dr. Stephen Cabral.
Thank you for joining me once again on this Mindset and Motivation Monday, where we're about to start the week off right. And what I want to do today is talk about a topic that I see come up over and over again amongst health practitioners, amongst personal trainers, nutritionists, any type of coach that's trying to help their patients or clients get better results. And what happens is this. Oftentimes we get so focused on our end result or so focused on our present condition of not having what we want that it's all we can see. Meaning that if you're looking to lose 30 pounds, 40 pounds, 100 pounds, and you look in the mirror each day, it's easy to say, wow, I'm no closer to my goal than I was a week ago, 2 weeks ago. It seems like it's never going to happen. Or you're stuck right now with an autoimmune-based disorder. You're in pain, you have inflammation, the hair is thinning, the skin has rash, you feel like you have digestive-based issues, you might have bloating, you can't sleep, you're anxious, you're overwhelmed, any one of those things, and you simply can't see that light at the end of the tunnel because you're in it right now, you're feeling it, you're in pain. And when you go to see your health practitioner, you go to see your coach, and they're telling you, like, here's what we need to do. Okay, this is what we're trying to work on. This, by working on this, it's going to lead to this. And you're having a really difficult time staying focused on the tasks that you need to do because you're not seeing the end result, or the end result just seems so far away. Meaning, like I've talked about this before, when you're setting up that SMART goal assessment, when you're measuring your goal and you say, okay, I was listening to Dr. Paul's podcast and he said, I need to lose, or my goal is to lose 36 pounds. And he said, I need to give myself about 12 weeks to maybe 16 weeks to accomplish that so I can lose weight at about a 2 to 3 pound a week increment. Okay, well, that's 3 to 4 months from now. I don't want to lose weight 3 to 4 months from now. That seems like such a long time. I want to lose the weight tomorrow. And so we get frustrated. We get overwhelmed. We just have lack of patience. And you know what? That's not just you. That is the human condition. That is all of us. Because we see this goal, we see this thing that we want, and we want it today. Or we want it yesterday. We want it to already have happened. And we don't necessarily want to put in the work, or if we're putting in the work and we're not seeing the results come fast enough, we get frustrated. And part of it is because it's media driven. We've been really shown this path that we're supposed to really get immediate gratification in everything that we do. And if we're not getting that, then we need to move on quickly to something else that gets us that immediate gratification. Well, one of the things I can say about that is that really anything that gives you that quick result, but isn't also poised to get you long-term results, will set you up to fail in the long term. So yes, something like, okay, you don't have any energy right now. You wake up, you feel groggy in the morning. You feel exhausted. So what do? Well, you get a cup of coffee, but, we kind of kid ourselves in that 1 cup of coffee is 16 ounces tall. Well, that's more like 2 cups of coffee. And it's a strong coffee because you're getting it from a coffee house like Starbucks, which is literally like taking an amphetamine. It's like 400 milligrams of caffeine in one of those medium-sized coffees, or the grande, as they call it, at Starbucks. So what we're saying is, okay, I don't have energy today, but I'm going to give myself energy by waking myself up with a big thing of caffeine. And yes, that might not lead to good long-term results, but today I'm going to have energy. The same thing goes with weight loss. People are trying to lose weight now. They get frustrated. They were on this plan. They were on that plan. They say, you know what? I'm just going to stop eating. Meaning that I'm going to do an intermittent fast, but I'm going to fast the entire day and I'm just going to have dinner. And I'm just going to do that. And I'm going to force myself to lose weight. Okay. And I bet you will. I bet you'll lose weight for 4 weeks to 6 weeks, and then you're going to plateau. The problem is, what do you do after that? We're not using our foresight to think ahead and say, well, what would happen when I plateau when I'm only eating 1 meal a day, when I'm doing that long of an intermittent fast? Do I just stop eating altogether? Because right now I'm only eating one meal. And these are real life things. These are things that I hear from other health practitioners because I coach other health practitioners all the time. I used to do it far more in the past. I plan on doing it more in the future. But I get the insights not only from my own team, but I get insights from people and health coaches around the world. And I hear these things. And it's frustrating for them, just like it's frustrating for you. Just keep in mind, if you have a coach right now, trust me, they're most likely not in it for the money. People get into health coaching. They become doctors, health practitioners, life coaches, personal trainers. I don't think anyone in that field really does it for the money, or they'd be out pretty quick because it takes a while to build a practice. And the second thing is, usually you've gone through some type of either eating disorder or health-based issue or something like that in the past, and now you're looking to teach others how you overcame it and how you're trying to pay it forward. So just keep in mind that, we're really all in this together. We are, and you're in it together with your health coach, meaning that they want desperately to get you results, and they understand your frustration. And I want to say right now, I understand it as well. I know what you're talking about. You're looking for that long-term result. It's like if you've been sick for a really long time. I mean, I was sick for years, not weeks, not months, but years. And I relapsed once I started to get well, and I got frustrated with this doctor, frustrated with that health practitioner. I was mad at everyone. I was mad at everyone and everything. And I was upset that my life was taken from me at a young age, and I wasn't able to do the sports that I wanted to do anymore. I wasn't able to study in the way that I wanted to study, and I couldn't stay out late with my friends, and I couldn't do all these things, and I was focused on all the things I couldn't do and all the things that I wasn't. But what I wasn't focused on is what I needed to do on a consistent basis to end up getting that long-term result, and that's what I want to talk about with you today. The truth is this. Sometimes we can get short-term results, and that's a great thing. It really is, meaning that if you're not too sick, you can follow a good nutrition plan, a good exercise plan, and you can get well pretty quick within like 2-3 weeks. Great. Okay. Great. Absolutely. What about weight loss? Okay. You've got 10 pounds, 15 pounds, maybe 20 pounds to lose. You do something like the 21-day Dr. Ball detox. Gone. That weight's coming off. Okay. Great. Then you weren't that far gone, right? Or what about psychologically, you're really anxious, you're moody, those types of things. And all you needed was a good activated multivitamin, or starting to eat better, or remove the processed foods, or do something like the activated B complex to get more B vitamins in your body. And it worked. Well, great. Like that was a quick fix. That was easy, right? That was easy because your body wasn't that far gone, as I call it, right? It wasn't that far pushed towards the dis-ease of the body. Not disease, but dis-ease of the body. But the truth is, most people who are struggling with weight loss for a while, struggling with getting well for a while, or really just feel like blah, there's no energy. There's no ambition. There's no drive. There's no libido. There's no stamina. There's none of the things that give us zest for life. All right. And when you've been there for a while, a quick fix isn't the answer. I like to give people a quick win within a couple weeks, but always focused on the long-term result. Now, how do we get the long-term result? How do you succeed when all the odds seem like they're stacked up against you? I was speaking with this young woman in my practice today. She's in her mid-20s right now. And she had been through the ringer for the last 5 years with functional medicine doctors, functional medicine practitioners. She had tried this. She had tried that. People told her she had this, told her that she had that. And she was frustrated, clearly frustrated, and didn't know how I was going to help her. And at the end of the call, I said, this is what we're looking at. This is a clear case of this, but I want to run a little lab testing, not extensive, just a little lab testing to back that up. All right. And I said, I want you to know that based on what you have right now and your overall health, that I do see you getting well within the next 3 to 4 months. And she literally started to cry. And I didn't expect that reaction. I didn't understand it at the time. But she had literally seen probably about a dozen other people who didn't know how to help her get well. And again, I'm not saying that I have this miracle that I can do or anything like that. And I'm not saying that there are not other practitioners that could help you as well, because there are without a doubt. And that is my goal, to actually help you to seek those people out as well. But the truth is this, that a lot of people, that one, they don't have hope, but two, they don't have a clear path. What I did for this young woman was give her a clear path. It wasn't, oh, try this, try that. It was a clear path on how to get well. But here's the big part. Here's the big thing, is that it's not going to happen tomorrow. I told her that. I said, you're not going to get better tomorrow, but I don't expect you to believe that either. So what I want you to believe is that you are going to get immensely better within 21 days, because we're going to give you a boost. We're going to find out what you're deficient in. we're going to find out what your toxicities are, and we're going to remove those toxicities, and then we're going to replace what you're deficient in, at least at a blood level quickly, with a long-term plan of removing these specific types of bacteria if we find them, or mold, or all the different things that we find. We're going to do that, all right? We're going to help you with that. And that's when she understood that there was a plan, okay? And again, you, if you're working with a health coach right now, or you're reading a book, or you have a blueprint, again, you can follow that. I'm not telling you the plan to follow. What I'm telling you is this. We are missing one big thing in our society. And again, I was a big part of this as well and didn't understand it. We do not have to focus on the end result. Yes, you should visualize it. Yes, you should think of yourself being healthy. Think of yourself being happy. See yourself in that position. Please do that. However, do not get overwhelmed at everything that you have to do. Do not get overwhelmed in your current state right now. Figure out the plan that you need to execute and focus on one thing and one thing only, the execution of that plan. I want to repeat that again. The only thing that you need to focus on is the execution of the book, the blueprint, the diet, or your coach's plan that they gave you, or your doctor's plan, whatever it might be. That is the only thing to focus on, not the end result. Because why? Because you're going to have good weeks and bad weeks. I work with people with some of the most debilitating diseases in the world. And when I say diseases, I always want to talk about dis-ease of the body, not the made-up names that we give things like rheumatoid arthritis, Hashimoto's, lupus, and all these other ridiculous names that we decide to give things, okay? What we're talking about is a collection of symptoms that are caused by underlying root causes. We figure out the underlying root causes, we rebalance the body. Forget the ridiculous name. We don't need that because that makes you put you in a little box like, oh, I have Hashimoto's. Oh, I have lupus. Oh, I have rheumatoid arthritis. Oh, I'm this, I'm that. Okay. No, you're not. You're none of those things. What you are is imbalanced. You need to correct that imbalance. What I need you to do is focus on this. You're going to have bad days. Yesterday on the Cabral house call, I talked about that. I had this lapse of just this fatigue I talked about. I'm not gonna go through that today. You're going to have bad moments. That does not mean you are failing. Not at all. It means you're human. It means that your body is dealing with its environment around us. Remember, your body is not a static being. You are trying to create equilibrium at all times. So if you're looking to lose weight and you're following a plan and you didn't lose weight that last week, does that mean you're on the wrong plan? Maybe, but most likely not. Most likely you had a bad week, okay? Maybe it was something you did. Maybe it wasn't. Maybe, if you're a woman and you're 3, 4, 5 days before you're about to get your period, you're beginning your menstrual cycle, you just naturally add a little bit, like 2 pounds of water weight, right? That's not uncommon, right? Not uncommon at all, especially with people trying to lose weight that might be more estrogen dominant. What does that mean? Well, it just literally means you didn't add body fat. You started to retain water. So if you just weigh yourself 5 days later, you'll be down that weight. Like you didn't do anything wrong. That's not your fault. But if you just get frustrated by that scale for 1 week, that's going to throw you off. And the next week, you might lose 2 pounds or 3 pounds. But what I'm saying is we need to focus on one thing and one thing only. And that's following the plan, executing on the plan. So first, of course, you need a plan, but you can get a plan. I mean, right? You go on the internet right now, I bet you can find 1,000 plans within an hour to follow. So you need to pick one plan. And I need you to focus not on the frustration, not on the daily weighing of yourself, not on the daily checking in. Am I tired? Am I happy? Am I this? Am I that? Don't worry about that. Put in the work. Focus on the execution of the plan because here's why. If you are someone who's looking to lose weight, what do you need to do? You need to do the things that help people lose weight. So you need to focus on the good nutrition. Again, I have a couple hundred podcasts on good nutrition for weight loss. Okay. You need to focus on balancing the hormones. You need to focus on reducing the processed food. You need to focus on detoxifying the body. You need to focus on regulating blood sugar, decreasing inflammation. All of this can be done through a good whole food nutrition diet. It can, okay? Without a doubt. Yes, you need a good activated multi just to make sure you're covered or the daily nutritional support. I mean, that's it. Like that's the first place to start. After that, good whole food nutrition. Okay. Then we need to do some exercise. We need to get the body moving. To you, that might be a spin class. Maybe to someone else, it's body weight exercises. To another person, it's doing yoga. But every person's getting 10,000 steps per day, all right? There's always, again, a contraindication. And then after that, well, what are you doing? You're working the steps. That's what you're doing. You're doing the things to get your body balanced so that it's in a healthy state. And you know what? When you reach a healthy state, you won't be overweight. It's impossible. You can't be both healthy and overweight. And I don't like what we're trying to say is like, oh, well, no, you can be a healthy person who's 60 pounds overweight. That's not true. That is not true at all. There is no truth to that. all of the risk factors more than double when you are over 29 on a BMI. Okay, that's fact. Okay, risk for cancer goes up. Type 2 diabetes, everything goes up. Cardiovascular disease. Being overweight, I'm not talking about 10 pounds or 20 pounds. I'm talking overweight. I'm talking when you start to get more than 20 pounds away from your ideal weight. I'm not talking about stick thin. Never talking about vanity. I'm talking about health. Okay? So when you get that far away, it is almost the same risk as smoking. Legitimately, being overweight, same risk as smoking. So when I help people try to lose weight, I'm saying, forget about the vanity standpoint. Sure, if you want to lose the weight for looking better, all that, great. No problem with that. That's great too. But what we're looking to do is get you healthy. That's the bottom line. Now, let's talk about health in general. Okay, so you have someone with an autoimmune issue, and you've had an autoimmune issue for 2 years. Do you really think that we're going to get you better in 2 weeks? Right? No. We can get a drastic reduction in pain in 2 weeks, a drastic reduction in some symptoms, but what we need to do is rebalance the immune system. We need to heal the body. We need to pull the proverbial thorn out of your heel so that your body can start to heal again. That is what I want you to focus on. The focus is on the execution of the plan, with the understanding that if you execute the plan, you follow the plan that's typically for anywhere between 8 and 16 weeks that you'll start to see those results. They come to fruition, the body starts to rebalance itself, and you then start to reap the benefits. One of the ways that we can go about this is understanding this, is that you have to get really clear on what you do want. If you want to lose the weight, if you want to be healthy, if you want to have more energy as you age, feel younger, what we need to do is prioritize that. We need to get really clear that we're willing to do whatever it takes. That's what I said to myself when I was finally ready to heal. Okay? Going out with my friends till 3 o'clock in the morning on a Friday night or Saturday night threw my sleeping off for the next 3 days to 4 days. You cannot heal Addison's disease, myalgic encephalomyelitis, all the things that I was dealing with by going out that late at night and especially having alcohol, drinking, those types of things. I just couldn't heal my body. I wanted to hang out with my friends. I did. But I had to choose at some point, how do I find this balance of hanging out with my buddies and the people that I really enjoy spending the most time with in the world, right? And also getting my body better because I want to have energy back. I want to be able to do all the things that I love doing, all right? I had to take a little time to myself. Then I could start going out again, not till 3 in the morning, but I could go out, till midnight, we'll say, get a little less sleep and still be doing okay. I had to commit to that. That was a big commitment. It really was. The same thing with anything in life. A weight loss plan, it's like, okay, do you commit to not having some of your favorite foods for a little bit of time? Understanding that once you achieve your goal, well, then you can start to introduce some of those things that aren't as healthy, but not until you've achieved your primary objective. The second part to this, is that you really can achieve anything that you want to. So I need you to stop talking to yourself like you're helpless. You're not helpless, okay? You're not a victim. We all have bad things happen to us. We really do. Most people never escape life without that. And we all have our own struggles. We're all different in how we experience it, but none of us have to be the victim. And I'm not saying it's easy. I'm not at all. I understand where you're coming from, but I also understand this, that if you don't change that mindset, I don't know how you're going to get on the path to healing, because healing the body also helps with healing the mind, and healing the mind helps with healing the body because they are connected. They are intimately connected through the nervous system, through the gut. That is how they work. They are literally connected. They're also connected energetically through your heart. And if people have started to study all the different research out there with the Heart Math Institute and a lot of these places, you'll see that the heart's energy actually extends way outside of the body. You have to understand your emotions, your feelings, your stress, your anxiety, all of that affects your actual physiology. And I don't want to go down that path today. We will explore that in the future. So stay tuned for that, because that's a very, very important show that I do want to talk about. But I want to say this, is that when you become clear on what you want, when you stay focused on that, when you understand that you're going to follow a plan, that you're going to focus on execution, not results. Execution means that you follow the plan. If the plan says to eat this, if the plan says to exercise like this, you just do it without the expectation of the results, understanding that the results come from the execution of a plan, right? That's the important part. Then talking to yourself, I'm not a victim. I'm unhealthy right now. I'm a little bit more than I want to weigh, but that's okay because I'm doing the things that healthy people do. I'm doing the things that people also do to lose weight. I'm on the path to healing and rebalancing my body. That's what you need to focus on. And the last part is this, is that never believe that someone else holds the power to help you achieve your goals more than you do. I just want to repeat that. No one else holds the key to you getting well besides you. Now, I do agree that they might have the plan for you. They might have the blueprint. They might run the lab test. They might do whatever it is, but it's you. It is you that holds all of the power, no one else. And that's because even if you're working with a coach, and let's say you're working with a personal trainer twice a week, okay? You're with them for 2 hours maximum. Out of what? Is there 168 hours or so in the week? You're with yourself for 168 hours. You're with the coach for 2. You're the one with the power. You're the one with the power to get well. You're the one with the power to execute on the plan that you have. And that's why I want to tell you that I really believe that this is the year that you can begin to transform your body and everything that goes along with that. Because if you can start to stay focused on your mind and how your mind controls every outcome in your life, you are then going to feel like you have the power to change. When you feel like you have the power to change, you begin to take action. When you begin to take action, you execute on that plan. First, you find the plan, then you execute on it. When that happens, over time, you create a new normal. When you create that new normal, you begin to live a life. It sneaks up on you, but you begin to live a life that you could only dream of. I hope that this Mindset and Motivation Monday started to instill in you a little bit of what it takes to get well when you've been stuck for a little while now in your life. Thank you so much for tuning into another show. You know I appreciate each and every one of your listens. And as always, if this show could help anyone, please do feel free to share it with them. Thank you. Before you go, I wanted to ask you this question. What if I could teach you in just a couple of hours how to transform your thyroid, hormones, adrenal, cholesterol, blood pressure, blood sugar, weight loss, energy, mood, brain, pregnancy, anti-aging, or many other health-related issues? After 20 years in private practice, after seeing and overseeing 250,000 client appointments, I sincerely feel I have the real-world data and have found the answer you've been searching for. So what I've done is spent hundreds of hours of my own time refining what you need to know in order to uncover your underlying root cause health issues and then begin to rebalance the body and bring it back to a state of robust health and wellness. I'm going to teach you exactly what I do in my private practice so you can understand how you got here and now what you need to do in order to heal. You'll receive all of the important success checklists, protocols, and even ways to customize it to make the program fit your busy life. And you'll get all of this at a fraction of the price. Let me save you the time, money, energy, stress, and frustration of not knowing what to do next. Instead of reading dozens of books on the topic and seeing multiple practitioners, I will condense everything that you need to know in just a few hours of video tutorials that you can watch and listen to anywhere. Together, we will make this healing process an enjoyable one that you can take with you for the rest of your life. I wish you all of the best of health and happiness, and I hope to be able to guide you on your healing journey through my Health Results Accelerators. Simply choose the health imbalance you're currently suffering from, and by the end of today, you'll know what went wrong and how to get well again. I guarantee it. For details, head over now to stephencabral.com/courses.